Power Autopsy is a documentary archive investigating how modern power systems fail. A parent answers the phone and hears their child crying. A stranger says there's been an accident. The voice sounds real. The panic is instant. Send the money now, or something worse happens. Minutes later, the transfer is complete, and the child was never in danger. The voice wasn't human. It was artificial. This isn't a rare crime. It's a new scam architecture. One that uses artificial intelligence to weaponize fear. Across the country, families are reporting the same pattern. Emergency calls, fake kidnappings, synthetic voices, different victims, same design. The technology is cheap, the scripts are rehearsed, and the money moves faster than law enforcement can track. We're breaking down how AI power scams actually work, who's running from them, and why they're spreading faster than anyone expected. Because this isn't just fraud, it's a preview how modern power systems fail. Case File 1. A woman receives a call late in the afternoon. The voice is her daughter. The bail must be paid immediately. No police, no delay. The mother doesn't hesitate. The call never came from her. Case File 2. A grandparent is told their grandson has been arrested overseas. The voice matches perfectly. The accent, the phrasing, even the nickname only the family uses. The caller demands gift cards, immediate transfer, no time to verify. By the time the truth surfaces, the money is gone. Case File 3. A parent is convicted their child has been kidnapped. The voice begs for help. Stay on the line. Don't contact anyone. Don't think. Only act. Different cities, different families, different voices, but the structure is identical. Synthetic urgency, emotional hijacking, authority pressure, financial extraction. This isn't random crime. It's a repeatable system. To understand why this works, we have to understand the technology behind it, because these scams don't rely on hacking accounts. They hack perception, and the barrier to entry is almost zero. Modern voice cloning isn't science fiction, it's consumer software. The process is simple. The model studies tone, cadence, breathing patterns, micro-inflections unique to the speaker. The voice isn't copied, it's stimulated, which makes it harder to detect and easier to scale. This technology isn't hidden, it's marketed openly. For podcasts, audiobooks, customer service automation, accessibility tools, the same system that restores speech can impersonate it, and the cost is negligible. In some cases, free. The most advanced versions don't require pre-recorded scripts. They operate in real time. A human scammer speaks. The AI translates their voice instantly, and the victim hears a loved one. It's not a recording. It's a live performance wearing someone else's identity. But the technology alone doesn't explain the success rate, because the victims aren't fooled by sound quality. They're overwhelmed by emotion. These scams don't defeat intelligence, they bypass it. When a parent believes their child is in danger, the brain shifts into emergency mode. Adrenaline spikes, heart rate rises, rational processing collapses. In that state, verification feels like a delay, and delay feels like a risk. The scammer isn't asking for money, they're offering a way to stop the panic. Second layer is authority. The caller introduces a role: lawyer, officer, hospital staff. The victim isn't negotiating, they're complying. The third layer is isolation. Stay on the line. Don't contact anyone. Act now. Every instruction narrows the victim's world until only one voice remains. The scam works because it becomes the only reality in the room. And once panic replaces doubt, the transfer becomes procedural. But here is where it gets worse. Some of these operations don't just disappear after the money is stolen. They call back days later, sometimes weeks, using the same voice, the same identity, this time offering help, claiming to be a recovery service, a fraud prevention specialist, someone who can get the money back for a fee. The victim, still traumatized, still desperate, pays again. This isn't opportunism, it's architecture. Once the payment leaves the victim, the transaction enters a pipeline designed to erase its origin. Gift cards are converted, crypto is fragmented, transfers hop across accounts in seconds. By the time a report is filed, the money has already crossed multiple jurisdictions. These operations are rarely solo actors. They function like small call centers, script writers, voice operators, financial runners, each role specialized, each step optimized. The scam isn't chaotic, it's engineered. Law enforcement moves in days. The money moves in seconds. That time gap is where the scam survives, and that gap isn't accidental. The survival of these scams isn't just a criminal success. It's a systematic failure. Technology evolves faster than regulation. Platforms scale faster than safeguards. Enforcement moves slower than the market is chasing. Every new tool arrives with the promise. Efficiency, access, innovation, and buried inside that promise is a window of exploitation. The incentive to structure is uneven. Tech companies race to deploy, regulators race to understand, criminal networks race to adapt. The fastest actor defines the battlefield. Today, it's voices. Tomorrow, it's faces. Real-time video impersonation is already emerging. Synthetic identity is becoming indistinguishable from the real thing. And the architecture that enables it is already built. Modern power systems don't collapse in explosions. They fail quietly. In the space between innovation and accountability, the next voice you hear might not belong to a human. And when money, power, and fear leave a trail, we follow it. Power Autopsy.